Hi, I'm Cassie, and I'm going to walk you through question 38 of the AAMC's official physics question pack. So this question, thankfully, is a really straightforward one, a nice little break from some of the past difficult questions in this passage. And so what's going on here? Well, we're given a frequency of a wave. We're told the frequency is 10 to the ninth hertz. Remember, hertz is the same thing as 1 over seconds. Okay, and then we're also given a velocity. We're told that the wave has a speed of 3 times 10 to the 7th meters per second. And then what do we want to find? Well, we want to find our wavelength. So we want to ask ourselves when we get a problem like this, what equation do we know that involves frequency, velocity, and wavelength? And immediately what should come to mind, because it's a super important equation for the MCAT, is that of the speed of light. So the speed of light equation is going to be velocity equals frequency times wavelength. So that equation needs to be super ingrained into your brain, and you can just call it to mind right away. So now let's go ahead and plug in our numbers here. Well, since we want to get our wavelength, let's solve for wavelength first. So we're going to divide by frequency, and we get our wavelength of light is equal to its velocity divided by its frequency. Okay, so if we sub in numbers there, we said our velocity of our wave in this case is 3 times 10 to the 7th meters per second. And then our frequency, we're told, is 10 to the ninth hertz. And remember, we're going to replace that hertz with just 1 over seconds so that our units will cancel, right? Because we don't want to have hertz, meters, and seconds. Better if we just have meters and seconds. Okay, so let's simplify a little bit. Remember, saying 10 to the ninth seconds inverse is the same thing as saying 1 times 10 to the ninth seconds inverse. So I'm just going to go ahead and write in that 1 in front of, because it can help you think through the scientific notation division. So then we know we've got to do our 3 divided by 1 first, which gives us just 3. And then we're going to divide our powers of 10s raised to our exponent in our scientific notation. Remember, when you divide scientific notation, you're just going to subtract those exponents. So we get 3 times 10 to the 7 minus 9, which is just going to be -2 power. What's going to happen with our units? Well, our seconds are going to cancel out, and we're just going to be left with meters. So we get 3 times 10 to the -2 meters would be our answer. But of course, our answer choices aren't in scientific notation, so we want to go ahead and write that out. Remember, when you have something raised to a negative power, you can just take the decimal in that number and move it that many places to the left. So here we're going to move it 2 places to the left, which gives us, we have 0.03 meters. And then notice we still don't have that as an answer choice, so we might need to convert to some other units. So don't ever panic if you get to a point like this where you're like, oh no, but I got 0.03 meters. I don't see that as an option. A lot of times the MCAT, to make sure you're really good with converting between units, will make you then get an answer and convert it to some other units to make sure you really know what you're talking about. So we'll take this 0.03 meters, and we have to ask ourselves, of course, how many centimeters are in a meter? We know that there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So if you're not very good with these conversions just off the top of your head, you can always write it out almost like a dimensional analysis problem from chemistry. So if you have 0.03 meters, and I'm going to draw my lines like it was dimensional analysis here. And then, of course, with dimensional analysis, our units in our numerator always have to cancel with our units in our denominator here. So we know there's 100 centimeters in 1 meter. So in other words, we need to times that 0.03 by 100, because our meters cancel, and then we get our number of centimeters. Of course, if we time something by 100, we're just going to move that decimal point 2 places to the right, and we're going to get an answer of 3 centimeters. So I hope this helps. If this helps, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this.